I think we need to go back and rely on the fundamentals of good AI governance and good governance in general, right? Um, there are AI practices, there are AI kind of guidelines out there that still apply. And as AI accelerates, as kind of the universe around AI accelerates around us, those practices have actually they've actually been pretty robust, and they've stood the test of the last I'd say the test of time. It feels like forever, but it's just it's only been crazy for a handful of years. But they've stood that test, right? And what are those foundations? They are ensuring you are continuing to adopt good data governance practices, right? And so that's really important to me in my role, and it's certainly important to I think a lot of us in the space, right? Ensuring that when you're collecting data, you're only collecting the data that you need. And when somebody comes in and asks for data to do something with AI, organization shouldn't be just saying, yeah, we've all got to use this stuff and let's go and provide that access. No, consent still matter, and proper data governance, proper data access controls, data limitation, data destruction, like all of those things still apply. And then there's kind of some of those AI specific best practices, right? Ensuring that you are being transparent about your AI use when you need to do that. Ensuring that if you have AI that's making big decisions and things like that, decisions that'll materially impact someone, that there's that transparency, but there's also the ability to explain a decision. And if you're going the fully automated route, ensure that someone can request a human review and have a human come in and really and make the final decision, right? So those best practices still apply. And I think we all know about the potential for bias, and if you have biased data that trains a model, you're going to get biased outcomes. Ensuring that you're checking for that bias and that you have mitigating controls around that.